Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Third installment of Scott Selections here for Tuesday, September 5th. For again, today's play of the day. Quick recap what happened yesterday. We had a nice winner in tennis with Arnaldi plus 10.5 at minus 140 on FanDuel. Really never in doubt. Match went the way that I thought it would. I thought that Alcaraz would win in straight sets, but I thought Arnaldi would not totally embarrass himself out there, and he did not. Each set was kind of respectable. Alcaraz won comfortably, but not comfortably enough. Really just a crazy line for Alcaraz to be laying, and we capitalized. So nice winner. Look for the winner here on Tuesday. And for today's play of the day, going back to tennis, going to look at a late night matchup in the U.S. Open between two Americans. We have a matchup between Shelton and Tiafoe taking place at around 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And for this match, going to go with the total in this one. Going to go with the over 38.5 games at minus 130 on Bet Online. Time recording of 2 a.m. Eastern Time. Covering why I'm going to go with the over 38.5 games in this match. First reason, look at some actual prop prices for this match. The price of over 3.5 sets is currently set at minus 210 on FanDuel, and the price for over half a tiebreaker in the match is set at minus 255 on DraftKings. I'll tell you right now, if you end up seeing both those props cash on the over, this match is going over. It's almost guaranteed to go over if those two cash. But you're looking at the actual service numbers for both players. They've been really good at holding serve so far in this event. In 60 U.S. Open service games, Tiafoe's held serve 53 times, which is equivalent to 88%. Meanwhile, you're looking at the same exact numbers for Shelton, coincidentally. 60 service games, held serve 53 times, 88% hold rate. So both guys have been very good at holding serve, and I do think you're going to end up seeing, once again, a couple of longer sets because of it, since neither guy might be able to break through when returning. But if you're looking at the actual math involved, if you end up getting at least one breaker, you're pretty much set to cash the over if it does go to 4 sets, because that's 13 games in one set, and you're looking at what should be pretty long sets individually. I'm assuming the floor for each set should be 9 games because that involves one break of serve, and you're not going to see a guy break serve multiple times in a set, which I think is pretty realistic for expectations. Because once again, with both guys holding serve about 88% of the time in this tournament, and with Shelton not being the greatest returner in the world, I do think that you're probably going to see a 6-3 floor. Each set should be more than that, probably 6-4, 7-5, maybe a 7-6 in there again. But I do think when you're looking at, once again, the overall service numbers, you're going to see a bit of a longer match where you're going to be able to avoid some of the extreme sets, the 6-1s of the world, the 6-2s of the world. I don't see many, if any, in this match, which should definitely help the over cash. But to go through the actual path for both players, Tiafoe's been really good. He's only dropped one set in this event. However, he's not really faced off against anybody that can serve so far in this event. To go through Tiafoe's overall path, once again, pretty weak. Faced off against a relative unknown American, TN, in the first round, which once again doesn't really mean anything. Even with that, he had a 7-5 set. Faced off against Offner, who's more of a clay court specialist, won that one in straight sets. Faced off against Manarino, who was a ranked player, and he beat in 4. There was a tiebreaker involved, though, so that was the toughest opponent that Tiafoe's faced so far in this event. And that match ended up going over the posted number anyway. And then faced off against Hichikata, who was on a Cinderella run in the 4th round and won that one comfortably. Hichikata also not a very good server. As for Shelton, he's not faced off against many good servers either in this event. Faced off against Kachin in the first round, who was a clay court specialist. That went 4. Faced off against Team. Did go to a breaker in the first set, but then Team got injured and had to quit. Faced off against Karatsev in the 3rd round. Karatsev is a pretty good hardcourt player, not a great server, and that match did go 4 sets as well. And then Shelton upset Tommy Paul, who's not a great server either, but a very solid rallier. And that match did go 4, and that match did land 39. So Shelton's been involved in a lot of 4-set matches. And I do think, once again, with Tiafoe being a great server, the best server that he's faced so far in this event, you're going to see a bit of some growing pains for both players when it comes to returning early in this match. And I do think you're going to end up seeing a pretty long first set because of it. But simply put, with the atmosphere, both guys being American, and both guys really showing some mental toughness throughout this tournament, I think you're going to see a marathon. I don't want to say it's going to be as intense as the Sinner-Zverev match from Monday night, but I think you're going to see a longer match, probably a breaker or two, probably 4 sets minimum, and I think as a result, this line does feel a little bit too low. So once again, the play that is going to be on Shelton and Tiafoe over 38.5 games at minus 130 on Bet Online. Bye, everyone.